Hello and welcome back. This next video, we're going to talk a little bit about using the OpsMx Delivery Shield Sandbox to scan artifacts. Again, coming from the same Scan Now button in the top right, you'll see an artifact scan section. Here, guys, we want to be able to, in this particular example, scan a Docker image, right? So we're thinking about using it. We maybe are using it in our home lab or at work. And I want to go ahead and be able to sort of document what the security posture of that Docker image looks like. So here, just like we did in source code, we click on the artifact scan and we click on add a project. Now I'm going to give this another project name here, so we'll just call it test prod 2 just to make it unique. Much like we did in the source code scan, select my team, select the platform, in this case here Docker, and then ultimately what we want to do is we've set up a Docker dev account that will scan public images for you so you don't have to import your own. And then ultimately, again, we want to go ahead and select our workspace. In this case here, I'm interested in scanning the WebGoat project. So I want to go ahead and go ahead and actually scan that. And then we want to do at the repository level, because I don't want to scan all the images. I just want to select an image out of the repository. So again, I can come here and look and say, okay, which one of these do I want to scan? Let's just pick WebGoat. Now, again, I think one of the things that we allow you to do is to select tags, right? So in this case here, I just want to scan the latest. But if there was a tag pattern that I wanted to scan, I could certainly go ahead and select that and indicate the pattern. And then ultimately, up to how many images do I want to scan? The only difference here is how quickly you're going to get results, right? We're going to scan everything that you tell us to, but you'll get results faster if you keep your scans narrow. And much like the source code, I can actually schedule my rescans, right? So I can go in and ultimately say, hey, I want to scan this every day, every 30 days, every 60 days. I want to go ahead and actually make sure I keep up with the security posture of this thing. In this case here, I'm just going to scan it once. I go ahead and hit save, and as you can see there, it saved my project successfully. We'll go ahead and refresh that, and then you can see there, it's now in the pending state. So we'll wait for this to finish and then ultimately start looking at the results. Okay, now that our artifact has been scanned, we've gone ahead and completed that process. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results. As you can see, it's added the results entry here for this particular scan. It gives you the amount of time that it took the scan to happen, the date that it happened, and the fact that it's been completed. Now, if we go ahead and click on View Results, we'll go ahead and be able to see again for any of the Docker artifacts an SCA summary, right? So here we can look at all the image licenses that were found. Again, depending on how you're planning on using an image, this may or may not be germane if your company has policies around licensing. But again, I think this is exposing all those things. So as we went through and scanned that Docker image, we found all this information. We also are looking for things like image secrets. And again, here we didn't find any. That means there were no image secrets or passwords hard coded into the image itself, which is actually good news. And then if we look at the SBOM report, this is again a scenario where we're going ahead and cataloging all of the open source that we found in here. We're giving you the component that we found, the version, the package URL, and then the vulnerability information that's associated with this. And again, this makes it nice and simple to be able to understand the overall security posture of this particular Docker image. Now, again, if you want to get more details on any particular set of vulnerabilities, you can just click on it, and then ultimately it'll bring you through to the vulnerability details, where you can get things like the CVSS score, the EPSS score, the CWE information for that. And if I were to drill into this even further, I start to get more information about this vulnerability. And again, this provides me with an understanding of the security posture of this particular thing before I go ahead and use it. So again, and the other piece that I like to mention, and I think this applies to both source code and to artifact scans is you have two options here. You have a download button that allows you to go ahead and actually download the different reports, so you can extract that from here. There's also a manual rescan. So if you're coming out here and looking at something and saying, I know these guys just did a release the other day, let me go ahead and actually click the rescan. I'll go ahead and rescan it. We'll go ahead and update the results and ultimately show them to you here as well. So that is, sort of the real sort of quick and dirty around how to scan source codes. And in my previous video, how to scan source codes, and then in this video, how to scan Docker artifacts. In my next video, we'll cover how to run a dash scan against a running application. Again, we really appreciate you using our product. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're getting value from it. And we'll talk soon.